Alison, how did Brightwave get started?
Back in 2001, Charles Gould, who is our Chief Executive Officer, established Brightwave. He had considerable experience in the e-learning business already, and he wanted to build his own company with the experience he's got and with the aim of creating something new and some new ideas in the e-learning space. He started out pretty much, I think, in his attic or his garage. There were 2 or 3 people alongside him to start with, and it was very successful initially, and it has grown and grown since then. So from those sort of tentative beginnings, we're now 13 years on or so, and about 70 people. And the early inspiration for the business has carried on through around innovation, around it being a great place to work, and with the very best experts in the industry.
Yeah, lovely. Excellent, yeah. So, as the Director of Talent, what are you responsible for in each project?
Okay, yeah. I don't get particularly involved anymore with individual projects, but I have overall responsibility to make sure that we are getting the right set of people in to work on our projects and across the business as a whole. So that means the right skills, the right attitudes, and the right opportunities to develop our people. So that when we have projects, we've always got the right set of skills that we're looking for to deliver those, and to deliver them really well and delight our clients with them.
Excellent. Experience and expertise. What do you look for in potential candidates who are going in for a role?
Okay.
Yeah.
Experience and expertise are good, obviously, but they're only part of the story, and more than anything I'm looking for enthusiasm and commitment. Somebody can come to me with very little experience, particularly if they're perhaps a recent graduate or recently left college, and so they haven't got all that work experience. But if they demonstrate enthusiasm and commitment and interest, I will give them very strong consideration. So they need to know all about Brightwave. There's plenty of opportunities to look at our website, understand what we're looking for, what kind of people and what our business is. So if somebody can demonstrate that counts for a lot. And then to think about what they have done in their lives that is relevant to the roles that we're looking for. So they may not be exact match, but if we're saying we want attention to detail, we'll think about what you've done in your schoolwork or in your hobbies or any home activities that can show that you're good at attending to detail. So look at the job spec, think about how you can give us the things we're looking for, and just show us enthusiasm for Brightwave and for the role and for developing.
Great, that's excellent, yeah. So something in the past that you've done, like, I don't know, maybe something that, an e-learning project you've had, tutorials or something, would that be good?
That would be good, or even just responsibilities you may have had at university or at college, or some activity you have, perhaps you're in a political group and so you're used to standing up and speaking, or to organising in a charity, something like that. People
Excellent.
have more experiences, I think, than they believe they have.
Yeah, it's quite a wide variety of things.
Yeah, and you can bring that all in. It's that set of experiences that make people interesting, not just what have they done at work.
Yeah. So here's an interesting one. It's what direction do you see the future of learning going in general, and how will it be different from today? Yeah.
I think it becomes a more holistic activity. And it's less of an activity which goes, I'm going off and learning now, but something that we incorporate more easily into our everyday lives, whether that's using mobile technologies, whether it's reading books, still I think books have a place, and whether it's at education level, so for students, or learning in the workplace. I think it's an ongoing, it's a necessary and enjoyable way of life, really, and I think people are finding ways to integrate it into their everyday life more easily.
Lovely, thank you very much. And so what advice would you give those, I mean, this has already become quite apparent, but those who are looking to further a career in e-learning as well?
Okay, it depends. There are so many opportunities in e-learning that it would depend what your interests are. So we employ e-learning professionals, and we take newcomers who aren't yet professionals but are keen to develop into our next generation of professionals, and they may have interest in all kinds of areas. They might be writers who want to become learning designers. They might have an interest in graphics, and so they can develop their graphical skills. They may be programmers or testers. There's all kinds of very formal areas that people can get involved in e-learning. But there's also a load of support activities that go on. It's not just those core activities and roles that deliver our projects. We have a finance team, so we've got people working there. You may not think you know much about e-learning, but you may be interested in finance, so you can work for any organisation. We've got an HR team, we've got administrators, we've got a marketing team. It's not just about our core products, so it's worth thinking broadly about industries you could get into, even if it's not something you know specifically about yet. And they're very transferable, those skills as well.
Yeah,
so.
Great, that's excellent information. And so I suppose, is there anything else you'd like to tell us that you could add to anything?
The reason we want to bring people into the business from all kinds of backgrounds as well is to get fresh ideas, new ideas, ideas that come perhaps from people who haven't worked for years in e-learning, and they come in and they complement the ideas and the thoughts and the experience that we have with the professionals already in place. And by having that mix, we find that it's a very creative space. Bright ideas come from it, and out of those bright ideas come our growth into the future.
Yeah. Fantastic. So Brightwave has recently invested in an apprenticeship scheme. Could you tell us a little bit about it and how it's worked?
Yeah. We started out on our apprenticeship journey 2 years ago now. We were very keen to be bringing in younger people into the business because they are our next generation of professionals. We also recognised that there was a huge untapped skill base there, and that we could find young people who are incredibly keen to get to work, not necessarily go off to university, and who could bring their skills and their enthusiasm to us. And we could hone those skills and develop them very much in the way that we wanted them and needed them to be for our business. We also recognised that we kind of wanted to give something back a bit. There's a massive issue around employment for young people, and here was an opportunity for us to do something that worked for the business, but also something that works for individuals. So we went in, we originally decided, yes, we'd do this, and we partnered with a local training organisation, Deviate, to deliver the training. And we thought we'd get an apprentice, and we ended up getting 3 apprentices, which was quite a brave step. It was a fantastic experience for them. They all learnt on the job. They started contributing real work very, very quickly. Their apprenticeship lasted a year or so. They all passed with flying colours, and we went on to employ all 3 of them. Since then, we've gone on and we have a new apprentice in a different role, in an IT support role, and he's halfway through that. It's going fantastically, and it's been a really positive experience for Brightwave and everyone who works here, and it's been extremely positive for those young apprentices as well.
Fantastic, sounds great.